Hey guys, it's been a while since I made an actual review video, but right now I'm just gonna do a simple thought. So recently I just been, if I don't look that good, it's because I've been working overnight. Yeah. Anyway, so I've seen quite a few movies recently. Um, so I want to talk about them. So I'm gonna talk about them from the one I saw latest to the one I saw first. And I haven't been in the movies a long time. I think before the movie I saw in like July, in the beginning of July. I haven't been in a movie since February when I saw Deadpool, and that's a story for a different time. But so now I'm gonna talk about the movies I've seen recently, and the first it's gonna be funny because I go from all these weird stuff because I'm a very sporadic viewer, and the latest one I saw was because my family wanted to. My cousin invited me because her little cousin wanted to see it. Well, my little cousin, I mean, her niece. So the most recent film I saw him talk about is The Secret Life of Pets. And it was just, not really my forte or anything like that, but yeah, I like to talk about movies, even if it's just a little kids movie. So Secret Life of Pets stars Louis C.K., which is kind of weird, and it's kind of funny to see him in animation. Like I've never really thought of Louis C.K.'s voice as like, you know what, I would like to see that out of a talking dog, but we did, and well, when I went into the movie, I had no idea what it was about. From the trailer, what I saw was it's gonna be about Secret Life of Pets. You know what they do when we're not there. But yeah, that's the only thought from the trailers I saw. It's probably just a teaser or something because I have no idea what the initial plot was. I didn't even know there's a second main dog. I actually forgot the name of the dog. I was thinking about it all day yesterday during work. Well, in the morning, I was like, "What's his name? Douglas? Oh, Duke. So I just refer to him as dog looks like the fucking mammoth from Sesame Street, or the mammoth from Ice Age, or like a fucking stringy turd. Anyway, so from the trailer, I could pick up is just about like what animals do, and this happens in the beginning of the movie. You get a lot of jokes where, "Bye, I'll see you later," and then the animal does some stupid shit. Like probably one of my favorites is the bird who puts on a TV, puts on a fan, and makes it look like he's flying through in the air with airplanes, or just the fat cat trying to eat stuff. I don't know. It's a very cutesy movie in the beginning, and then you get a really nice intro with Max, the main character, explaining his relationship with his owner, which I really thought the relationship and the owner, because how they really build it up in the beginning, it's gonna be the movie, but I was wrong. Like I said, no idea, and and probably another one that this movie is definitely more of a kids movie. Uh, well, there's a little more adult, like I wouldn't say adult, but a little more thematic stuff. I'll get into it, but the thing that made me laugh is in the trailer where it's an obvious joke because it's like I'll see you later. It's like a really sophisticated poodle or whatever, and it's like playing like very classical music, and then the owner always is gonna play like some sort of like heavy, some sort of rock or pop or something like totally jarring compared to the classical music. And I know it's gonna be like some metal thing, but when they played fucking Bounce by System of a Down, I don't think I laugh at the joke, but I laugh is like, oh my god, they just put a song off of Parental Advisory album, and not just that, but they probably thought, oh, it's called Bounce. There's no cuss words in it. It's like bounce, 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 and it can go with the visual gag of like the rumbling of the little poodles going up and down, but not really. Bounce, if you actually know what it's about an orgy, or there's one guy at an orgy, and it's like, but just one pogo star, pogo, 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 pogo. Yeah, so that made me laugh. And before, that's probably the best joke. Well, there's other good ones, but if you want to know the plot, which I didn't know until I watched the movie, so now you guys can know if you haven't seen it. If you want to see it, whatever, it's fine. I did, and I'm what 21. Yeah. Plot of the movie is Max loves his owner, loves his life, but soon another dog, Astray or Duke, comes in and kind of ruins everything. And the first night, Max opens his fucking mouth and says, "You gotta get rid of Duke. He ruins everything." Duke hears him, so he starts being a dick. And then the next day, he gets advice from a friend to be the alpha dog, and then Max starts being a dick, and they don't like each other. Which really, you can really tell it's gonna be a movie. Oh, they're gonna become friends at the end because they don't really hate each other. It's just there's like a big misunderstanding where Max, kind of fires off his mouth at first, and Duke's like, well, it's gonna be you or me, it's me. And they're gonna get on later in the movie, but there's really no there's like not a lot of conflict between them. And then they go out for a walk, and then I don't know why, but Duke or whatever is fucking Duke just goes ballistic and takes them down an alley where they get mugged by cats. Which all I can think about was the scene where monkeys mug people in Rio. I don't know why, but that's what I thought. And then they get their collars cut off by the cats. Then they get, because they have no collar, they get taken by animal control. And here's the first scene where you actually see Max feel bad for Duke because Duke looks all sad. What's wrong? Like, well, this will be the second time going to pound, and that's it for me. Which this is probably where it gets more thematic because death is referenced a bit in the movie. Like, they don't sugarcoat death. Like, he doesn't flat out say he's gonna die, but you can pretty much implicate knowing what happens to dogs who return to pound. And the way it's the end of the line for me. I mean, it's pretty obvious that he's talking about that they're gonna put him down, or at least that's what I think. I don't know. Hopefully not. I don't know. But they don't get rescued. What happens is one of the people traveling with them is part of kind of a gang of pets who were abandoned by the owners, which was a clever idea because you get Max who loves his owner, and then you get this group of characters who were once they're disowned by their owners, but they don't really go into that, which I think they should have, which made the movie a little more clever, but nah. Because the main leader, Snowball, played by Kevin Hart, is probably the only reason they keep coming in the movie because he gets a lot of the laughs because he's very loud. Like, he's this little fucking Snowball bunny, or his name's Snowball. It's like a little bunny with a cottontail, and he's insane, like screaming. Which it gets kind of tedious around the end, but it's fun. So they rescue one of their own, and then they say, "Wait, can you help us?" And you smell like a domestic. We're not domestics. We killed our owners. They're lying because they don't have a collar because they burned their collars. So Scott and the Snowball, being the genius he is, takes them in. And all in this time, Gidget, who has a crush on Max, who lives right next to him, who Max doesn't really acknowledge, is watching a soap opera. I like this scene though. She's watching a soap opera, and it's like the most dramatic thing. Please tell me, Maria, what is wrong? And then it's like, if you love him, you must go for him. And that kind of implicates Gidget to go look around when she can't find Max. She befriends a hawk played by Albert Brooks. This is the second movie starring Albert Brooks in an animated role that I've seen. You could probably guess the other one is. And Albert Brooks is probably one of my favorite characters because of his delivery, and the character is like a hawk who wants to have friends. And this is more of the thematic thing I was talking about. Like, when you first introduce him, you get a bird cage that's filled with like bones and bones of other birds, and just his delivery is like, be careful with the bones, come with the bones. It's great. But then, like, she realizes he's not there, and one of the cats tells them he's talking to a sewer, so they go after Max. And the weird thing is, I'm probably telling this movie out of order because the order the movie is, that isn't chronological, could be moved around. There's a lot of scenes that could be moved around, but I'm not saying it's bad. It's just some of the scenes don't really need to be there sometimes. But it's like a fun kids movie, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, so that's pretty much the movie. They're being chased by the animal control. The people, and then once they figure out they're domestics, they're not strays. The whole people against the animals against domestics go after them. So then there's like a journey where Duke and Max begin to bond, which I guess is pretty. If you watch a lot of movies, especially kids movies, where this kind of story comes out, you pretty much know how it's gonna end. And I like that. I mean, it's good to see a movie that's a kids movie with actual heart, because this movie does have heart. I mean, it's very studio friendly. Like, there's a lot of cutesy moments where people will be like, oh, this will do great, but there is heart in this movie. Like, a lot of to do with how Max really does love his owner, and how Duke, who did have an owner before, which I won't go into too much, but when you see that he did love his owner too and what happened, you can kind of see this movie does have some heart, especially when Max is like, the best part of the night is when your owner comes home and you get to see him and everything. And yeah, the characters actually do have relationships, and I feel like there's more of a reason just to make a quick buck making animals cute, and you get to see what they do when animals are around. Like, this movie does have like a story it wants to tell with heart, a good heart, and it's nice to see an animated movie that's not like a cash grab, empty movie that they make because they think kids are dumb and kids don't deserve good movies like the fucking Nut Job or Northern of the North. Because even as a kid, I understood what a good movie was because everyone's grown up either hearing stories or reading books. I've been an avid reader since a little kid. I mean, I started reading Harry Potter at a very young age. Like first grade, I was reading chapter books, and I just loved reading. And I just loved stories. So even at a very, very young age, more people are like, kids are dumb. They don't really care. They just put on something. But no, kids are really smart and they deserve better. And I think this is getting there. It is not a great animated film. Nothing like it's not gonna be like a classic animated film, but it's definitely better than Illumination's recent efforts. And it's nice to see them doing something other than something Minions related. I think this is a lot better than Minions, better than Despicable Me 2, and I think I like Despicable Me, the first one, better than this. But this is better. This is probably one of their better efforts. A lot of heart, a lot more heart than what Minions was. Minions was, like I said, a cash grab. With I don't even remember what happens half of the Minions. I can remember a lot of this. Like, a lot of my best jokes probably was the when Max like, okay, we're descendants of wolves. We should use our wolfen instincts. So then like, do you feel it? Nah. Maybe this whole thing descended from wolves is probably just myth. Maybe one day Pup's like, Mom, where we come from? Mom's like, wolf. It's like, wolves? Like, yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, that's okay, right, whatever. Stuff like that makes me laugh, and I don't know. Like I said, would I recommend the movie? Yeah, probably a matinee price or matinee, sorry, I can't pronounce that word. Probably matinee. I mean, it's good to see in a theater because when I saw it on the big screen, and a lot of the visuals they're very pleasing. Like, there's a lot of stuff with New York and how it looks huge, especially on a big screen. It looks very cinematic, and especially in the scene with the sewers when they're going through all the water and stuff. It's a lot of fun to see in a big screen. But if you're still not sure about it, you should probably get a rental. And maybe one day you're stuck babysitting and you want to put on something that's like completely stupid. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to Redbox. Let's see what's here. And Secret Life of Pets, that's cute. It's a fun movie. It's only about 90 minutes, 100 minutes tops, I believe. And it's a good way to spend that time. And yeah, that's what I thought of The Secret Life of Pets, which is probably a weird review for me since I don't really talk about kids movies. And this is just something I watched. So yeah, next will be a different kind of movie, totally. Alright, thank you. Thanks for watching.